And I was like, this shit ain't gonna work. Like, I ain't gonna get my nut. I'm just gonna fuck you till the sun comes up. So, what I was like, boom. She caught her third nut. She was like, are you done? And I was like, the fuck you mean I'm done? No. It's like, I haven't even got one. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, bitch, have you seen me pull this condom off? No, it's been inside me the whole time. She's like, I don't know what to do. I was like, tell me straight up, are you clean? She's like, yeah, I'm clean. I was like, can I do it raw? She was like, you know what? Just for you, yeah.
Ew.
So,
raw dog.
Right. So I take off the condom, and I'm hitting it, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm in that bitch like a new motherfucking kid at a candy store, like, woo, sprinkles and sparkles and whatever the fuck candy fucking fat kids like in candy stores and shit. And I'm like, chocolate, and I'm like, yeah. And I'm in that bitch, and I'm grabbing titties, and I'm kissing her at the same time. I'm pulling her hair. I grab her in the fucking, my Maspro position. I didn't hit her with my position yet, just the, strong arm position. But I get grabbing shoulders, I'm thrusting and everything like that. And then I'm realizing, like, fuck, man, shit ain't happening. Like, I'm hard, but it's just not coming up. What the fuck am I do? So I was like, hey, let me get that. And she's like, get what? It's like, let me get that. And I pulled it out and I rubbed my dick head around her ass hole. And she was like, I've never tried it. I was like, well, I'll be careful. She's like, nah, you too big for that shit. Nah, fuck that. And I was like, come on, man. I was like, look, I'll be gentle, I promise. She's like, honestly, I wouldn't do this for nobody else, but I feel comfortable with you. But if you go deep and you go hard, I swear to God, I'm going to roll over and I'm going to punch you in the face. And I was like, girl, you ain't got to worry about that. So she laid on her stomach.
Punch him in the face.
Right? So she laid on her stomach, right? And I got on top of her and her legs were closed and everything like that. You know what I mean? I dipped back into her pussy to make sure my shit was wet. And then I slowly started to penetrate. And all you heard was the little ahs and blah blahs. But I mean, like, I ain't even got the dickhead in yet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bitch, you full of shit right now. You know what I mean? And then I pulled it out and I started using my fingers and I started stretching it every which way, north, south, east, and west. And then, I put my shit back in her pussy and I put it back. I started going for her ass. But at the same time I was going for her ass, I was rubbing her pussy and I was rubbing her clit. So it would distract her. And bam, after about, I would say a good 4 minutes, I was finally in there. Bam, deep stroke. Woo! And at that time, since I'm raw at that time, it caressed me really nice. And I was like, shit, this is what I'm talking about. So I would say about no more than 8 minutes later, I'm in it. I'm hitting. She's screaming. I was like, do you want me to pull it out? She's like, no, keep going, because I'm still rubbing the clit. Bam, she comes again. Then, boom, I come.
Ducky punched her.
No. I was like, whoa. I come, right? And I'm in there, and I'm paralyzed right now. Like, I can't move. I'm in the asshole. I'm like, I couldn't pull it out, but this ain't the pussy, so I don't give a fuck. So I'm like, And then I finally grabbed the string, because when I was pulling out, I was so sensitive. My fucking body was shaking, and I'm like, oh, shit. And then finally I get out, right? And I'm like, whoo. And she was like, I've never done that before, and it felt good.
Bullshit.
But I think it felt good with you. And I was like, all right, then. And she was like, all right, well, I'm going to go take a shower. I was like, shit, go take a shower. I don't give a fuck. I got brand new towels up in there. I bought them 2 days before. So she took a shower, and she came back, and she cuddled with me. Well, 3 days later, I woke up, I guess I had some good sleep, because my guy was wide awake. He was like, bing! And I'm like, damn, hold up, I gotta go pee and shit. So I want to go pee, but, you can't actually push him down. So I did like the Shawn Michaels, Like, you gotta lean to one side. And I started peeing like that, but when I was peeing, it was burning. And in my mind, I'm like, this fucking bitch burnt the shit out of me. I'm fucking mad. I'm like, what the fuck's her name? But my rule is, I don't want to know a female's name. So I'm like, man, I'm fucking fucked. So I go to the doctor, and And I was like, Doc, you know what I mean? Help me, please, because something's burning while I'm pissing, and I don't know what it is. And he was like, well, it could be one or two things. And I was like, well, what it is? He's like, well, you can have an infection, or it's just psychological, and you're just making it up. And I was like, I ain't making this shit up, Doc. Like, the motherfucker burns when I pee. Like, I pee, I stop, I pee again, it still burns. You know what I mean? Like, I can't flush it out. He was like, okay, well, set up another exam 5 fucking days later, and we'll see what happens. So I go in 5 days later, you know what I mean? I'm still pissing and shit. You know what I mean? I'm fucking mad as hell. And I'm crying because now it really burns. So I go in his office. And he was like, oh, Mr. Skillz, how you doing, sir? And I was like, oh, I'm doing fine, sir. How you doing? And he was like, all right, well, today's the big day. You ready? I was like, yeah. So he tells me, he's like, all right, pull down your pants. And I'm like, well, I ain't like that. He was like, no, it's for the observation. And I'm like, oh, okay, sir. Stupid. So I put it down, and he grabs my shit with his left hand, right? And I was like, but with a firm grip, and I'm like, sir, aren't you supposed to, like, tell me exactly what's about to happen? He's like, oh, well, since you being in the career field that you are right now, I thought you would be used to this. He's like, well, I'm going to insert this too. It looks like a Q-tip, but it has a camera at the tip. And it just lets me see inside. And I'm like, oh, shit. I was like, is that going to hurt? He goes, yeah, pretty much. I was like, all right, well, I want to make sure that I'm good, so I have to do anything. So he said, inserts the camera, Q-tip light, and he's pushing up, and I'm over there like, oh, this is fucking bullshit. This is the worst punishment that I like. This is cruel and unusual punishment. I know my rights. You can't be doing this shit. And then he goes, look right here on the screen. This is the problem. And I look on the screen. My eyes are watering. I can't fucking see. I'm like, well, what is it? He goes, you see that white speck? And I'm like, white speck? And in my mind, I'm like, oh shit, I have gonorrhea, syphilis, some shit. Syphilis, that's back. But herpes, you know what I mean? Something dramatic. And I'm like, Doc, please don't tell me. Please don't tell me what the fuck it is. I'd rather just go on with life and not even know. And I promise I wear a condom with every girl I sleep with hereafter. Just don't tell me. He goes, look, calm down. It's a jalapeno seed. And I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean a jalapeno seed? He goes, yeah, it's a jalapeno seed. He goes, have you messed with any Latina girl or Hispanic type girl? And I was like, yeah. It's like, did you fuck her in the ass? I was like, yeah. He was like, well, it's a jalapeno seed. And I'm like, what the fuck you mean it's a jalapeno seed? So he goes back in with another Q-tip, right? And he starts scraping it down, and I'm looking at the fucking video, and I'm like, but I can see it just moving down, and I'm like, Doc, you swear to God it's a jalapeno seed because this shit fucking hurt. He goes, yes. So what the doc did is that he moved it all the way, and he took it out. As soon as he took out the fucking Q-tip like camera thing, he showed it to my fucking nose. He was like, look, it's a jalapeno seed, and I'm there like, I don't want to see that shit. It just came out of my dick. You feel me? So he put it back down. He put it on a white cloth. He goes, that's the guy that's been burning you. And I'm like, does this happen often? Oh, wow. And he goes, well, I've had about 6 cases about like this, but yours is the funniest because you told me don't tell you what the fucking disease was, just let you know because you were going to have a condom on and just, you weren't going to spread nothing and everything like that. So that was a story I was trying to tell Shiloh.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Funny.
So when your dick is burning, just make sure that it ain't a jalapeno seed.
Yeah, now you know the dangers of jalapeno seeds.
Yeah.
Fucking Mexican girl. Goddamn. Well, she was Puerto Rican. So
who would have ever thought
Right?
a seed could be so such
if
a
you're gonna do
bitch?
your boyfriends any favors, don't eat any jalapenos before.
Look, I told that story as a story of knowledge and experience, but at the time I was crying like I thought my life was over. It hurt me. It burned. It really did burn. But I was so glad that when he told me it was a jalapeno seed that
That's all
nothing
it
else
was.
can compare to it.
Yeah.
So if you are of any kind of descent or ethnicity or race, and you let your man or significant other experiment with you, please do not eat jalapenos anytime before.
I guess I should tell all my black chicks that I'm fucking to no longer eat the spicy chicken from churches, just to get the original recipe.
But I'm glad.
That's,
but it's cool though, because at the same time when he told me that and he took it out and everything like that, he did check me for any STDs or anything like that, and then all my tests came back negative. I had nothing. I was clean, so I was really proud about that.
You sure?
Fucking right. My dick didn't burn no more, and I was clean, bitch. So you know what I did the next time? I went and I fucked the bitch again.
How long did that happen? I mean, how long ago did that happen?
About 3 years.
You been tested since then?
Yes, I have. I get tested every 4 months. Thank you very much. 3 times a year.
Damn, every 4
months.
Huh?
It actually costs $127 where I live at.
You do it every 4 months. You must be in some dangerous pussy.
Not dangerous. It's just responsible to me.
Or you say suspect pussy.
No, I say responsible.
Because see, I do about every 6 months.
See, I say responsible.
They say it's every 6 months.
See, you might... Well, you could say the area I live in... Like,
pussy?
It's easier.
I live in easy pussy, too.
Get, I guess, and I have extensive knowledge into the area in which it's not hard, but I decline most of the time. But
it's always hard.
But you gotta understand, like, I'm a man, so I have needs. You feel me? So,
I know, that's what I'm saying. So I'm a man too, and it's always hard.
I mean, I even taught myself how to go at least 2 weeks without some. Like, it sucks, I know. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? I be rubbing something out, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong and shit. But I've gone at least 2 weeks without some. And after 2 weeks, that's just borderline crazy. Like, I'm willing to dip into anything. I don't give a fuck, but I'm going to be protected.
Scratching like you need a good fix.
Yeah.
Start tapping on the vein. Or in this case, starts tapping on the dick.
The way I see it, or females are the dealers, and I am the fiend. Do you understand what I mean?
Females are now drug dealers.
They're
pussy dealers.
Yes. They have what I want, and I'm scratching. I just got to make sure that they are able to trust me and that I'm not going to snitch on them so I can get what I want.
I'm not going to lie, homie. If I was a chick and you came up to me scratching, I probably wouldn't fuck with you either. You scratching your dick saying, give me some pussy, give me some pussy.
I didn't say scratching my dick, but you know what I mean? I might be rubbing my hands, go perp mode with my eyes, touch my eyebrows, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't going to do nothing much after that. I ain't going to rape her. What the fuck? I'm smarter than that shit.
That's interesting.
But isn't it time to go on a break?
Is it time for a break already? It's time for a break.
That's what Mario said.
Okay. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take a break, and we'll be right back with the Social Shakedown. Back and
really?
Wait, are you eating chicharrones?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Hey, can you spell chicharrones?
CHICHARRONES.
It only has one R.
No, it has. Shut up.
Winner,
Bobby. God damn it, Bobby.
All right, so on the